Be gentle. Our oxygen masks removed, we awoke to tender air. I watched daybreak with the same remorse. I was cold, challenged, aware. With my irises illuminated to pitch black casket, burn, 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 bright and intense. Think of me still when you light your incense. I have danced under pomegranate stars, and I remembered the elixir that carried you home. The faint memories were naught but hours, and the time spent with you was never alone. I dropped into a minor chord for all my trouble. They weighted the clock on subsequent endings. I tasted time like a pop from a bubble, with dewdrops and honey, my only befriendings. I sit a while and pray. In the pew of a church, this is my solace, and I am now complete. My God is the one who remembers my search, and the tap, tap, tap of my pomegranate feet. Innermost. I am a dog in the innermost shadow. You do not hear me pine for you. I touch the wall we embellished on, and let the stars align for you. Please wake into a blissful slumber. I shall not disturb you or your rest. I shall be the voice which never utters, and dream of sleeping upon your breast. She gave me a smile on that midsummer evening, the kind that reminds you that you are still breathing, and you're feeling quite lonely, reminiscing a time when you were her only. Remember that taste is far from the truth, and we gain in our age what we lacked in our youth. That one's a favourite. Big C. There are no flaws so intense as mine, and in the night time they do not fail to shine. You pick up my wings and sprinkle them with dust, but the wings harden, then decay, then rust. The morning sun illuminates all of my folly, for which I am truly never really sorry, and between the hyacinths that glitter below, I pray for the sunlight to fall only as snow. Your patience abounds. You save me through grace, and as I cry, I notice only your face, and through these tender cracks of right and wrong, you help me find a way to write my own song. You're humming the tune, the last one who's stirring as time reaches noon. Faint coughs I have heard, the occasional laugh, the ring of your phone, the empty carafe. Your soul is far-reaching, your smile is full. She was switched on, hardwired to ask all of the right questions. She told me that I could be a big fish in a small pond if I stayed at their sixth form. I was 16, but very, very sharp. I wanted to go somewhere bigger, somewhere with a bit of a buzz, maybe even be a small fish in a large sea. I'm 25. I still have the itch. In my carriage are other small. I lined them all up. Then I heard a telegram, bundled them all back in their box and sat for a while in silence. A few months passed and I didn't take them out again to play with. Heard in the village that there would be a service, so I put on my Sunday best and took the wooden box with me. The rainwater I have always known, the quiet cuddle, the smell of home, the freshly baked cakes, the loving smile, the warmth and will to reconcile. Be the fire that keeps me toasty, the soothing voice, but darling, mostly. Be the rock on which I may build a bed of dreams, a life fulfilled. The twilight beckons, the wilderness ends. I forget sorrows and feel the warmth of my friends. The cracks are healed over, the dawn breaks anew, and under the canopy, still smiling, is you. Part of you wants to go, the other wishes to stay. You crave the beaches of purple sands and the laying on of unknown hands. The tide comes in and takes your troubles away. Enough of you has dreamt of this. The other is a realist. You keep a diary of jobs to do. The bus pulls up, collects the granny plus you. The rain is something you won't miss. You've searched for apartments, flights, costs, thought of the way that you might tell your boss your laundry is done, pressed, hung up, heating on telly, dinner well cooked as you sit with your mind over timing and lots. No part of you wishes to go. All of you wishes to stay. You crave the curls of familiar lands, the tender touch of well-known hands. The tide is out, girl. Go and play. The daughters write the history, ravished as they were. A blot of ink and then no more, a testament to her. Rise up, my fellow men, she bellowed in the heat. We scarce a chance to catch our breath, we stumbled to our feet. We beat down doors along the way and killed the Roman scum. Set fire to the ivory and thought the battle won. Imperialism overthrown, we settled down to tea. Neither Anglo nor a blood from lands across the sea. But this was just the start of it, and little did we know. The Romans at the heart of it thought smarter than their foe. They crept inside within the night and took us as we slept. Swifter than a swallow's flight in victory adept. Boudica, we lost in arms, she took herself away. Some say she drowned of misery, others say one day Boudica might come again, her daughters held aloft. A stone in place of that which beats and keeps a woman soft. That was actually slower than I normally do it.
It's written because I knew I was going to do an open mic night and perform the poem. So I think you can tell, like Boudica, I said obviously in the set, I said, look, I do get carried away because it is so rhythmic that it's easy just to run away with the lines and just start. And it's the minute you start the first line, so I knew I had the pace okay because I've started it much faster in the past. So, it is a case of, there's definitely ones in there that are clearly written with the intention of someone hearing them. I think in Toy Soldiers, there's a few more. I don't know how many have read both Suicide and Toy Soldiers. The Suicide contains, I would say, more written for performance. There's a lot more rhythmic poems in Suicide. And I would say in Toy Soldiers, although there are still a fair few, at least half written for performing, there's a lot of
time in Brixton. One of my friends has a coke habit, lives on the floor of someone else's apartment and struggles to hold down a job but not a girlfriend. Another friend says of herself that she's a pragmatist with relationships, doesn't understand why people want to date a woman who is very attractive as it will only end in heartbreak. Friend wants girlfriend is beautiful, show-stoppingly so, and loves her. Once upon a time in Brixton, in a dirty corner somewhere, women held each other in a way I've only seen friend one and her girlfriend do since. Friend two is just jealous. We don't have Brixton anymore, or dirty corners, or girlfriends. So we peck at others' dreams, wishing that we could have a girl look at us like that. Thank you.
Just pick 7 words and then try and write a poem and try and make it a poem that rhymes because it's even harder then, because you've got these 7 specific words. That's a challenge for you all. Yeah.
So as I mentioned, you hold a degree in Shakespeare studies.
Yes.
If you want, you can find references to Shakespeare in your work. So for example, in Toy Soldiers, we have this poem Clarence.
Yes.
The book Clarence is also
very good.
You
can't name stuff now. I didn't even know. Yeah.
It's also mentioned in Shakespeare's work.
Yes,
so would you say that Shakespeare is still an influence on you as a writer?
So with Clarence, I'm actually really interested in history as well. So some of the historical references are more from my interest in English kings and queens. I'm really fascinated, specifically between the period of 1066 and 1603. So occasionally I'll write poems about kings and queens, but some of them I'm like, nobody apart from me is nerding out on this will find this interesting. Shakespeare for me is an incredible writer. And what I like about Shakespeare is his understanding of the human psyche. So I think his understanding of relationships and dynamics and people is incredible. And I think it's as much about his language use as the way he can just understand the human condition. And that's what's always drawn me to Shakespeare, is his presentation of people, really. Yeah. For me, the most fascinating